herself for X amount of time, and all you did was give her a bunch of paper cuts, nigga? What? Don't ever assassinate niggas again. You are the worst.
Tell me how you feel, please don't lie to me. Tell me how you feel, it means a lot to me. Close your eyes, you will arrive. Stay and sleep, one day you will arise. How many days in a week? When do we plan to meet? 7 days on this.
Tokaku finds them instantly and exposes red hair for being a janitor. Otherwise, her naivete and stupid would get her killed. The episode starts with Kirigaya by herself at a bus stop where she first meets Chitaru. Fast forward to them at this festival and they talking about random bullshit or whatever, and Chitaru makes the claim that it bothers her that someone like Kirigaya is at class black, to which I might say is admirable. Until this happened.
She goes by Angel's trumpet.
The fuck was that? Sound like one of them Asian drums or something. Like this not too surprising as reveal.
I know she must be here.
Why do you think that? Like, there's no context ever given or evidence presented to us as to why Chitaru thinks Angel's trumpet might be in class black. Like, we get nothing the entire episode. Skipping ahead to Haru misplacing her script conveniently and looking for it with Tokaku, and Glasses is down there moving nefarious. She talking about planning her assassination of Haru and whatnot, and then Kirigaya shows up. After knocking her out using some type of poison or whatever, obviously Haru and Tokaku hear that and come rushing in. Now, after they catch her red-handed, she basically confesses, and not only that, she does something stupid. Why? Where the fuck has the sense gone in any of these so-called trained killers? Why would you tell on yourself, thus marking you as avoidable? And before niggas start being like, oh, but Ville, she was caught red-handed with a body on the ground. She couldn't talk her way out of that. Shut that shit up, my nigga. She could have lied and been like, I overheard her saying she was gonna take you out, so I stopped her before she set anything up. The kill notice is right there. So you could have just picked it up and been like, see, I'm not lying. She was actually planning to murk your ass. And on top of that, earlier in the series, Chitaru and Kirigaya pass Haru in the hallway as Chitaru claims she's not after her life. Why didn't you use this as a means to prove your innocence? At the very least, you don't tell on yourself and give her your kill notice, letting her know that you are the next opposition. That's fucking dumb. Fast forward to the plate and we finally see these preparations, okay? So she put poison on the blade of Tokaku's sword and all over the handle of Haru's, but there's a problem. These two swords are identical, so I doubt it would have mattered which one Haru picked for her role. What would have happened if someone else picked it up? Or maybe all the swords are poisoned in some way? How many people were you willing to risk poisoning for this stupid shit to work? Chitaru, for no reason at all, deduces that Haru must be Angel's trumpet. I know, shocker. But of course, Tokaku ain't going for none of that, so they just run outside to duel with a fake sword versus Chitaru's very real one. Here she go with this bitch-ass knife. Like, come on, dog.
I figured it out when Kenmochi was poisoned. I know she did it.
What? Like, you're just saying she's Angel's trumpet with no proof at all. Like, you're just making that shit up.
Kirigaya poisoned Shiena. Why should I believe you? Because I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. It was her. That's a lie.
Prove it's a lie. You see how we can both say anything and nothing gets proven? Like, but this wouldn't be stupid as hell if this didn't happen.
That's a lie. I'm afraid it's true.
Oh my God.
Why? Once again, Kirigaya tells on herself and everything falls apart. What the fuck did you gain from doing this? You done wasted your own time, Haru's time, everybody fucking time. Like, yourself. Anyway, they return to the play and Chitaru and Kirigaya both die in the play, and like, fuck both of these characters. I don't give a fuck about none of that, you feel me? Moving on to the next one. And here we have another failure, and of course, Haru finds herself in a situation completely fucking avoidable. Shuto invites the entire class to a seemingly wholesome outing. And as they're changing, Tokaku coincidentally opens the locker with Shuto's kill notice inside, causing her to strap a bomb to Haru's neck.
The bomb is set to go off at precisely midnight tonight. If you fail to defuse it before then, well then, I win.
Blow your shit smooth off. Like, here we go again with niggas just not killing Haru for no reason. Like, why are you not doing that? This is yet another scenario where niggas just don't care about whatever it is they desire. Instead of just blowing Haru shit off, you gotta become this bootleg female failure version of a fucking jigsaw killer. Like, oh my god, bro, you're so stupid. And it makes me so angry because wait until you see how much effort she put in. She scattered the cards to the most absurd locations possible and then made them use one of them to free Tokaku after she was trapped, which would imply she never intended on Haru surviving if this condition was met. I'm not even gonna ask how you even got this contraption in the water slide, but I digress. Shortly after freeing Tokaku using one of the cards, they now have 3 numbers and 2 attempts remaining.
Just leave it to me, you guys. I like to switch it up, but today my lucky number is 9. You idiot!
No, you're an idiot. Why did you let her do this? You are the worst bodyguard of all fucking time. How did you let this slide? Why didn't you stop her? Also, Haru, why didn't you do anything? Your life's at stake, not anybody else's. Why didn't you move? And of course, Haru deduces that the code is actually her first love's birthday, considering how she spoke about him, and they enter it in and it fucking works. You might be thinking that this is Haru's only clever moment in the entire show, and this time she just took a W. She wasn't dumb or anything like that. But I completely disagree. This has nothing to do with Haru being clever or anything. This has everything to do with the fact that Shuto is a goddamn fry cook of an assassin. Like, why didn't you just cap her shit the second you put the bomb on her? You couldn't have known that your dork of a teacher was gonna come out there and celebrate your birthday. And even if you didn't have to go into detail, you knew the code was the nigga birthday, so why would you tell your backstory and leave out clues like this? What? It's like these niggas have a kink for losing. Like, they just keep getting advantage after advantage, and they just do not complete the job. The most incompetent niggas ever. But let's move on to the next group of fry cooks. Haru and Tokaku are walking in the rain as a storm is hitting them, and they run into Iske. She instantly tries to slump Haru, but of course, she is saved by Tokaku. And they scrap for a little bit, right? And Iske manages to scratch Tokaku and take her down a little bit. And she realizes that she can't fight effectively with this wound, and she attempts at conversation.
You didn't give an advance notice. You broke the rules.
Son, episode 2 should have demonstrated that this bitch don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, she tried to pack Haru before the test had technically even begun. Why is this your talking point? Fuck you thought this was? Like, you thought she was about to be like, oh damn, man, you're fucking right. I gotta reevaluate my whole plan. I'ma see y'all later.
No!
After Iske brushed that shit off, she attempts to go at Haru again, but then Tokaku throws some fucking mud at her face and they escape. Haru patches her up and then...
Don't worry, I'll take down Iske.
Why? Why would you leave her alone? Have you learned nothing since the start of this shit? Haru has consistently gotten into trouble anytime she's by herself. Willingly at that. Following murderers, believing murderers, all type of shit. And you gonna leave this hoe by herself? What?
Oh, but Ville, she boarded up the room. She thought she was safe. She was supposed to take down the threat.
Shut that shit up, my nigga. No, this is still dumb as fuck. One, because it backfires fucking instantly, and Bamba breaks in with a sledgehammer, nigga. But even if I grant you Tokaku couldn't have known that Bamba would do this, I'm more so making the point that Haru by herself is a disaster 99% of the time. So why would you leave her? Notice anytime Haru is by herself the entire series, she is somehow making the most asinine choices possible on a consistent basis.
Hey, have you seen Miss Tokaku? She left a note saying for me to meet her in here.
Following Tokaku, she finally meets back up with Iske, and after they scrap for a sec, Iske proves she's by saying,
Well, it sounds like the main event has just begun. I really wouldn't have guessed it myself, but it seems she's pretty punctual too. That Bamba.
why would you say this? Why would you notify her that Bamba was going after Haru? I understand that Iske wasn't intending on actually letting Bamba kill Haru anyway, but this doesn't erase this stupid ass statement. Surprisingly enough, Iske wins against Tokaku, at least temporarily. Back to Haru and friends as she avoids being Swiss cheese by Bamba swinging this hammer, right? And right as she's about to die, right on cue, Bamba gets fucking flashbanged by some lights. And who could it be? Iske? With no Tokaku around? And your rival slash teammate is down? Haru is defenseless and alone? Surely she fucking dies. Of course not!
Alright, come on now. You've got to try harder than this to get away.
You fucking bitch, I hate you. I hate you. Kill her! And of course, magically, she talks long enough and just stalls until her fucking knight in shining armor comes back to save her. You telling me you had Haru all to yourself for X amount of time and all you did was give her a bunch of paper cuts, nigga? What? Don't ever assassinate niggas again. You are the worst! And with one killer left, Hanibusa gives Haru a black envelope that contains an invitation to her tea party. And like always, Haru is stupid and tries to justify going instead of declining.
Maybe if I talk to her.
Fuck off, man. Fuck off, dog.
Why? Do you think you can negotiate some kind of truce with her? You never know. That could be the whole reason Sumideko invited me in the first place, right? She's the last assassin left. Do not drop your guard.
No! Stop her from going! Why are you entertaining this? They come to an agreement with Hanibusa that Haru ain't going if Tokaku can't attend as well. As they enter this ballroom, they see a table full of puppets. The second I see this demonic shit, I'm out the door. There is nothing good coming out of this entire situation. Haru attempts to negotiate with Hanibusa and says something interesting.
What reward do you want, Miss Hanibusa? If at all possible, I'll gladly give it to you.
Genuinely, how do you intend to do that? Like, actually, the fuck kind of connections do you have to do this? We know you ain't been in touch with your clan like this entire time, at least not by much, so I doubt you have that kind of influence.
There's really no reason to be so anxious. I have readied all manner of weapons for us.
Again and again and again. It's like, why do these niggas keep just not ending this shit? Contrary to smoking Haru instantly, you gotta try to make it a game or something. Tokaku blicks up puppets while Hanibusa goes after Haru, taking her sweet ass time walking for some reason, but then Tokaku just fucking Aaron Blacks her shit back under this giant glass wall. As they fight, Hanibusa is displaying a ridiculous amount of strength given she's like part cyborg and shit. Now, keep this in mind. How is Tokaku surviving this? Dog, your punches are fracturing concrete and shit. Like, your legs should be made out of the same material too, right? This should have ended her life. I forgot to mention that Takechi's irrelevant ass came back because she's a sore loser, and she's there after being kidnapped by Hanibusa. But after being negative diffed and one-shotted, it begs the question again. How are Takechi and Tokaku surviving these concrete shredding punches and kicks? Like, Hanibusa then drops this bombshell and suggests that Haru is actually this queen bee figure that manipulates people unconsciously. We'll come back to this later. Tokaku somehow survives this, and before Hanibusa just puts a bullet in her shit, Haru blows up the door and escapes. I want to note that it would have taken her no time at all to just kill Tokaku and go after Haru, considering she had to wait for that big-ass glass door to open anyway, so why didn't she cap Tokaku and then kill Haru? Haru is then chased by her, and it gets to a point where she is cornered on a rooftop. After dodging this very telegraphed attack, Hanibusa basically loses. Haru drags them both over the edge and kicks Hanibusa multiple times until her arm disconnects and she falls to her death, effectively ending the last killer of Class Black.
Hey, hold on, this shit ain't funny. It ain't funny, but it is.
We finally learn the purpose of Class Black. The chairman here claims that Haru actually is this primer queen bee shit or whatever, and the more danger she's in, the stronger her ability of manipulation is. Haru denies this, of course, and says this.
Because they said if I went through this, it would be all over. They said I would get to live a normal life.
I couldn't wait to get to this part. I know some of y'all niggas probably like, oh, Vil, checkmate. She did have a reason for being here. It wasn't throwing her life away. You ain't got no answer for this. Shut up and pay attention. Remember when I said, my whole family died to protect me, so better be as careful as possible and not throw my fucking life away by staying at a school where every student is against me. I am here to double down. Haru coming here with purpose proves nothing, considering all her choices during the test. So you telling me you volunteered to be here and continuously trusted the assassins knowing their motives? Like, what? You ain't give a fuck about the reward you asked of them in the first place. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been so careless. If you know that every person here is against you, you need to move cautiously. Like, this is what I mean when I say she was throwing her fucking life away. She had the fucking script. She knew what it was and consistently trusted and believed these assassins. How? And it gets worse because after Haru leaves out of frustration, Tokaku following soon after, they have a conversation about her supposed ability.
Are you saying that I manipulated everyone in Class Black to go easy on me?
No, no, no. This is the anime trying to dodge accountability. What about a grenade in your refrigerator that would have killed you was taking it easy? Or even Bamba, who was swinging a sledgehammer that would have turned you into minced meat if you would have stayed still for even a moment? Or even the poison scenario, as dumb as that was, if you would have grabbed that sword, you would have died. Or this, and even Takechi dumbass. Like, even though she was playing around with you, the intent to kill was still there, right? Or does your ability not allow them to kill you, but they can, I guess, torture you or something? But that doesn't make sense. I thought the ability made people like you. Maybe you could argue your ability lowers the IQ of people around you, and I might believe that.
You didn't have to manipulate everyone. You just need control over one person to make her protect you.
Haru is taken to the cemetery and browses around when Tokaku shows up and tries to kill her? Obviously not. It was a bootleg version, and it was actually this thought. And after she's defeated, Haru attempts to die and thus proving she didn't manipulate Tokaku. But she survives, and it's here we learn that Haru has a titanium ribcage. Also, everyone's just kind of living happy lives. Nobody actually died, and Chitaru, for some reason, has made friends with Angel's trumpet. The end. Now that we're done with the main story and I've done all I'm going to do with that, I'd like to spin back to the chairman. Now, she claims that this whole ordeal was to get Haru to survive, see if she could, and then make her the leader of the clan. Now, I want to touch on this ability and why this whole situation is fucking stupid. If Haru's ability, right, the one that makes people want to protect her, befriend her, or go easy, as I've already debunked, by the way, but let's suggest that her ability also works on herself, which is why she constantly tries to trust the people around her despite knowing they're enemies and all this type of shit. If that is true, let's say that her ability works on herself because it's stated that it's an unconscious thing. Maybe it also affects her and she has to try to befriend people and get them to like her. Let's say all that is true. Why would you want someone who has a biological reason to befriend people around them and make the most irrational decisions possible, running the most powerful clan in all of history according to you? Because let's say Haru's willful ignorance and stupidity and the choices she made throughout the entire show are not actually her fault, and it's just this primer ability taking place, and that's why she did all that stupid shit. It then begs the question, why would you want someone who is a biological dumbass? Because Haru does say in episode 2, and this would kind of allude to the ability actually being a thing, right? Like this kind of alludes to that. So then answer all the questions I just laid out. Does the ability work on the primer? And if it does, why would you want someone who is biologically irrational and cannot think critically for a second? But that, of course, is just a theory. When she said that in episode 2, I took that as more of a, okay, maybe the pheromones actually do make people want to, like, believe her, you know, protect her and whatnot. True. There's evidence that suggests that that could be the case, considering her whole life, people have tried to kill her, but everyone around her always dies. So I will grant that the ability probably is a thing. But it does not excuse Haru's own decisions the entire fucking series or anything like that. And like I said, if it does work on her, why would you want someone who is biologically stupid to run the most influential clan in all of history, according to her? But that is going to do it for today's video. I'm going to catch you next one, man. Gang!
Haven't really been